Welcome back to Gooner Fanzine TV. We're talking outside the Emirates after Arsenal's very disappointing 2-2 draw with Crystal Palace. We've got Serge, we've got Jake, and we've got Dan the man who's come from Unai Emery's press conference in the press box during the game. First of all, Serge, you're obviously wearing an Unai Emery scarf, looking resplendent in that. What's your take on Unai Emery tonight after his captain's performance and behaviour?
Well, the captain's performance obviously shows that he may. I mean, everyone says it was the player vote. He's the manager. He has the last call, and choosing Granit Xhaka has proven to be a very, very poor decision. But the thing that I'm confused by is we had 3 substitutions available, and he didn't bring on Martinelli in the last 15 minutes. Lacazette was looking rusty and sluggish. He's taken him off, brought on Martinelli for a bit of zip and attack.
Yeah.
That's what we were really missing out on.
Yeah.
And if you look at the bench, we had 3 defenders, a defensive midfielder and Torreira, and then we had Xhaka and Martinelli. He brought Xhaka on, but didn't bring on Martinelli, and that's the one player that at the moment is on fire.
Yeah.
He needs to be played.
Absolutely, he's tenacious, he's got a real good attitude, he wants to win. It was a strange decision not bringing him on, but there was a lot of strange decisions that Unai's made over the last few weeks.
Yeah, I mean, I know they say managers work in mysterious ways, but this is far too mysterious for me to understand.
I think for most of us. Yeah, absolutely. Jake, what was your take on today's?
It was an interesting game. It's the Xhaka incident is going to be the massive talking point.
Yeah.
It's going to be a mixture of some are going to say the fans would want to do what they did to Xhaka. Also, it must have been awful for Saka coming on in a game where you're being chucked as a match-changing player, and you're hearing the fans giving your captain of your team the biggest abuse they could give to you.
Absolutely.
They're both. It's sort of like one's done one, and so the fans will want to jeer off Xhaka in some ways, but then Xhaka's made it. 2 ones don't make a right, as they always say.
Yeah, absolutely. And what's your take on Emery so far then?
It's interesting. He doesn't seem to have a style of play. It seems like games like Liverpool, for example, and other games, it seems like he's experimenting. He hasn't got a fixed system. He's experimenting with his players.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the players look like they've got no idea what they're doing half the time.
Yeah.
That problem.
And does the fault lie with Emery? Specifically, it must do.
It must do, but also are the players understanding what Emery wants them to do? That could be the players might be thinking. So we're meant to be. So you look like we're also 4-4-2 today, which they've never done with Pepe, Lacazette, and I can't pronounce his name now. But number 8, I was going to say Ceballos.
Yeah,
I'm really bad. Ceballos, and then it looks like Ceballos looks like he's never. I've never seen him play left wing in La Liga, so it looks like he's debut in that position.
Actually, I mean, you make a really good point there, Jake. I mean, Emery does persist with playing players in the wrong position as far as we can see. I mean, why do you think he does that?
I don't know. You had Torreira on Thursday and playing right wing. You had Xhaka being brought on for a defensive midfielder.
Yeah, absolutely. It's very strange. I mean, Dan, you've obviously come from post-match press, reported to the press box as well. What's your take on Emery?
I mean, he looks like a man who's kind of gone, what do I do now then? He can't get his performances aren't there, he can't get the results. And it looks like when he goes to the tactical board, his team, he goes, we'll shop up there this week. Ceballos left wing, keep Torreira on the bench. We'll play 2 up front with 1 striker who's not match fit. And it's just it's maddening. It's crazy.
Do you think it's completely haphazard and he's got no real strategy?
I just think he's completely. He doesn't know what to do next. He's bereft of ideas.
Yeah. And why do you think that is?
Because things aren't going the way he expected. I mean, he's spent a decent amount of money in the summer. He's had time to shape the squad that he wants. He's broke the club's transfer record, and things aren't going his way when they probably should be.
Yeah.
I mean, look how we all reacted after transfer deadline day. We looked at Arsenal's squad and went, "Do you know what, we can get the top 4 in." You know, we've got a strong squad. We've strengthened every position that we need to strengthen. We've got depth. We've got young players who are doing very exciting. We've got a new club record signing who's looking like he's going to score goals. We've got 2 of the best strikers in the league. We've got questionable but experienced centre half in, competent left back, and it's all gone wrong. I'm lost for words as to why it's gone wrong. Tactically, obviously, there's been a real issue. I don't think he knows what style he wants to play, who he wants to play where, who his strongest team is. I mean, I asked him who he thought was strongest team for Sheffield United again. He talks about corners. He looks like a man who's just kind of walking through it and going, well, I don't know what to do now.
Do you think he's lost the change room?
I don't think he's lost the change room, but he's lost the support. I think that's well and truly gone.
Do you think he's lost his captain? One of his 5 captains.
This is true. I don't think he's lost his captain. I think he's got a kind of have the bottle to make the decision and say that's not acceptable, you don't behave like that, you're no captain of Arsenal Football Club. Because Arsenal Football Club deserve, look at the captains Arsenal Football Club had in the past. Obviously there's not the kind of level of leaders in the dressing room as they used to be, but the Arsenal fans deserve better than that. You can't throw the shirt on the ground, you can't throw the armband, you can't behave like that with a manager, with a young player who needs guidance and help. You can't swear at the supporters and egg them on for more booing. It's not on. It's not acceptable.
Oh, I think we're in agreement. I would strip the captaincy right away. I think he would as well. Jake, what would you do?
I would actually have to strip, because it's at this point now. Even Wenger, who was known for being lenient with his players, stripped Gallagher captaincy when the Man City stripped that Man City.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wenger's, I think the company have learnt from the past. We can't have a captain who throws tantrums. You had that with Gallagher as well, who sat on the pitch at half when the penalty was being taken. And so we've already had an experience of bad captains. So what the club's really realised, the PR would be worse now.
Yeah.
Having two captains of the club in the space of 10 years who have behaved badly.
Absolutely, and obviously Koscielny's messy departure.
So that's why you say it's now
yeah.
free. Effectively, that's three captains in the last 11 years you've had misbehaving.
Absolutely, to lose one is careless, as they say. But in the next 3 years, what's your take, Serge?
Well, we were saying during the game that taking your captain off that's bad form, and it's obviously going to be quite bad for his confidence. And I think him seeing his number came up today, I think he realised it's probably the end of the road for him in his captaincy. And I think what I find more surprised by the whole thing is when Emery was at PSG, he had some of the biggest characters and the most difficult people to deal with. You know, he had Ibrahimovic, he had Neymar, he had Cavani, and those three alone were nightmares to deal with. But he managed to keep them all working well together and performing to a point.
I'd question that.
It didn't fall apart as quickly as it has here.
I'd question that. You've got to look at a manager who has the squad that he has. You mentioned names there: Cavani, Neymar, Kylian Mbappe, Marco Verratti in midfield. Well, I'm talking about the season when he didn't win the title. Look at that squad. How have you not won the league title? Look at all the money you've got. You've got Thiago Silva in defence, who's one of the best defenders in the world, and a leader. You've got Marquinhos alongside him, another world-class defender, which I think who's in goal. I don't know. Still, you look at that squad and you think, close in the league, and every manager has done it since. He won it his first season, didn't win his second. But you look at that and you go, how have you not won it? Yeah. I mean, if Unai Emery had Manchester City squad, would they have won the league last season?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I wrote a piece when PSG beat Barcelona 4-0 in the Champions League. And then lost 6-1 in the Nou Camp, and he was really defensive before that second leg. You're 4-0 up, you don't need to be that defensive.
How do you lose in that situation?
Yeah, absolutely. His natural caution seems to be affecting his team, and it seems to be affecting Arsenal at the moment, certainly.
I think the problem is he's treating the two young players, Willock and Maitland-Niles. Look at them both up at half time and demoralise both of them at the same, and then leaving them out the match sort of entirely for the next game. Must be like going, you must be thinking now, do we even have a future with this club now? If everyone's going to be in charge, he seems he doesn't trust us anymore.
Absolutely. I mean, just in terms of Arsenal captains, then, who would you have as Arsenal captain? Presuming the current Arsenal captain gets stripped of his duty.
I think comfortably would be over it. The way he portrays himself is on the pitch and off the pitch is brilliant. He's a very mature man for his young age. Yeah. And obviously, you know, he's still not come back to full match fitness yet. But when he does, I think he's a brilliant man to have there rallying. And I always think he's will lead from the back. I don't particularly agree with captains being forwards. I think they have to be defenders in my view. And I think Bellerin fits that role perfectly.
Absolutely. On and off the pitch as well, he's got a real social conscience. He's backed a lot of causes that a lot of other footballers have completely ignored or are too scared to get on board. I think that shows character himself. Obviously, he's a footballer. He's a brilliant footballer. There's so much more to come.
And he wore the armband with pride when he was captain.
Yeah, he wouldn't get Bellerin throwing the armband away.
He's a player he's sort of a mix of academy. He came from Barcelona, but he loves Arsenal. You see that the fans on social media when he gets Tottenham fans abusing him, and the traffic he goes at me when you've won something. He knows the history.
Absolutely, well said, yeah. Who would your captain be then, Dave?
Can I name 5 captains? Is that allowed? No, I don't want to name 5 captains. That's a ridiculous idea. I think I agree with you two in terms of Bellerin. Obviously, the way he behaves off the pitch and the causes he backs.
Yeah.
I mean, it shows the example of someone who wants to step up and wants to lead and wants to take a stand. And that's exactly what Arsenal Football Club need. Obviously, still coming back to match fitness.
Yeah. Who are the other candidates then?
Personally, I'd pick Socrates as one. I think you look at his performance today. I mean, he's obviously not had a great season, but you look at his performance today, and as you mentioned, apparently he's working quite hard behind the scenes. to improve. He knows it's not acceptable the way he's played,
Yeah.
and that shows a sign of someone who wants to lead and who wants to improve and who wants to be their best. I mean, you look at today, he was the only one kind of out there at the back who you could say really took charge of anything.
Yeah. He had a good game.
I mean, he's obviously got experience in terms of the Champions League. I think he's been to a World Cup with Greece, been to the Euros. He knows it. He's been around. He's got good head on his shoulders. So I'd have him as maybe vice captain.
What about someone like Rob Holding?
The thing about Rob Holding is I don't know how many games he's going to get. I mean, he should start every week for me, but I don't know whether he's going to stay in the team, which is a disgrace in my opinion. He's been terrible ever since he's joined.
What's your take on Joe?
I think it's going to be interesting because before we always used to have the two captains. The club always used to name in the yearbook vice captain and full captain. Aubameyang's interesting. He looks like he's the vice captain, but the problem Aubameyang doesn't seem as an authoritarian figure, especially in. I'm not slating him here. His Instagram stories. He's quite animated with the team. That's why I'm going. Can he be really our leader on the pitch? And he's so fun with us. It's like someone saying, "Oh, I'm really thinking of an analogy here," but it's like saying he can't. He's too positive. There needs to be someone that comes down on him like a ton of bricks.
Maybe a bit more of a serious presence.
Socrates is a good choice because you see now. I was thinking that he was standing and when he got his goal disallowed, he was properly egging the fans on when the VAR decision was given.
Yeah, and that's what you want sometimes, isn't it?
I'd like to chuck another name in as well, long term potentially, Matteo Guendouzi. I think he's got everything in terms of his character and his attributes. Now for me,
I think sometimes his temperament just needs to be dampened down a little bit. He's the first one to run in when there's trouble going on, which is great in terms of you want someone to back your colleagues when there's trouble going on. As a captain, you do need to be a bit more.
But you look at the way he's played this season. When Arsenal in bad situations, he's been the only one who's grabbed the game by the scruff of the neck and gone, "Do you know what? Come on, let's sort this out."
Absolutely. I'm not saying that's all he's done.
You look at what he did with Zaha
when there's a foul, he's the first one to get in there. He was the one who wound up with Watford fans. He's been waving major yellow cards. That's not captain material in my book. Potentially he can be, and I hope he will be if he carries on.
Plenty of years to mature.
Yeah.
He was one
Maybe that's just me.
And he was one of the players last season who was involved, who was instigating with a pre-match ball with Tottenham in the post in the pre-game.
Yeah, well, that's always a good thing.
There was he was the player that seemed to be. He was the player that sort of started the incident off because he pushed Ericsson.
Yeah, and he's got a card. That's the sort of thing I've seen. He's got
that's what he'll learn in time.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's what he'll learn with a captain like Bellerin over him. And
Yeah.
sort of moulding him into a better player that he can be.
The only thing with Guendouzi is you look at him and go, well, how long are we going to keep hold of him for?
Wow.
If he keeps performing as he is, how long is it going to take until he says, "You know, I've had enough of this"?
Certainly haven't broken into the French squad.
Yeah, exactly.
Because if Bellerin gets played, would it be worth giving Guendouzi some like practice goes in the League Cup to get back to like a test? Like a test. That's what sort of these cups are for. When you use the League Cup, it's a test for the young players. Is he captain material?
Very good point, Serge.
I think we just filled up 5 captains.
None of them was
Sorry.
funny though. Funny to say that. On a lighter note, you've been looking for a Granit Xhaka scarf, haven't you?
Sold out everywhere.
Or was it they just never made
I was going to say, they made them.
So you settled for an Emery one, basically. I don't think you can see that he's got an Emery scarf.
Well, I just thought I'd try and get a collector's item. Because I thought Granit Xhaka scarf, they're not going to be around for very much longer, and I don't think he's going to be around for much longer.
And there was no Emery badges or Xhaka badges either.
No, but I did find Ozil.
Did you?
So,
yeah. Ozil spotted in North London.
That time someone did.
Yeah. Right, that's great. Thank you so much to all our guests, Serge, Jake and Dan the Man Mountney. Keep watching Gooner Fanzine TV. Like, comment. We've had our say. We want to know what you're saying as well. Comment below this piece. Keep watching. There's so much more to come. We've got an exclusive interview with Lee Dixon coming out over the next few days as well. We've got a podcast on Monday night. There's so much more going on as well. We'd love to tell you about it, but it's top secret at the moment. But keep watching. We're growing all the time. So thank you very much for that. And all the best. Cheers.